Welcome back, traders. This is Sandra with Trading Made Simple.
Look what the expected price that the platform's giving me. It's giving me a 668. Now, that is going to fluctuate. There's no doubt in my mind. However, if you already have a position that's in right now, could you then go over here? Let me open this up.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let me open the screen up for you.
Set a limit, yeah.
There you
on
go.
The underlying.
Because the limit actually works. We don't have a problem with this. So this is going to be at or below. And then you're going to use this as a, what did we say it was? Sorry.
642, I think.
Yeah, 642.23. So we'll just put 642. Tab out of there. This is going to be sell the bid. And are we going to make this a stop? If we make this a stop, then it's a market order. If we do a limit, we could maybe do a bid minus, give them an extra 5 cents as an example, right? Or we can just make a stop and do manual. This is going to be 0, 0. There we go. Good till cancel if you have a swing trade on. And so we took a 50% just as an example. We could do this for 25% or whatever you want, but we can actually try to use the tools that they've given us to get an expected stock price and use that as our stop. And so the only thing I haven't done, and I need to do, of course, is to back test this, actually forward test it with a log, right? And so I would, if I were you, I would do the same thing. Take your Excel spreadsheet, create these in a simulated platform, start using the trigger level with that expected move as a workaround, and see how close to the 50% it is. See how close it is to the 25% if that's what you're programming. And then I think you might have a workaround those stop losses. But I would still call it.
So,
because if you don't call it,
so we would set that as a limit.
Your platform and threaten to move your money. That's like, come on.
Now, just a more basic question to follow up. How did you get that expected value to come up on the Analyze tab?
Okay, so what we're going to do now is, let's get rid of this. So anytime you go to either buy or sell something, you're going to see that expected move here. Do you see that on your platform, Tom?
It may be there, and I've just never noticed it.
So I will tell you something. This is really interesting. When I was starting my automation training 8 years ago, I remember seeing something on a video, had this, but mine didn't have it. And I called, at the time it was TDA, and I was just like, I see this expected price on here in a video, but not on my screen. Why is that? And they're like, oh, you need an update. And I was like, I shut down my computer every day and start it back up. This is
mine shows a thing that says expected price, but then it doesn't give expected price. So I think I just need to call them.
You need to call them because this is on your real as well as your simulated platform. And you'll notice.
Yeah, this is on the real time I'm looking at now.
Oh my gosh. And you don't have it?
Apparently not. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. That was the same for me. You need to call and tell them, I want the expected price. What would we call this? An expected.
To actually show up.
Yeah.
It has a thing that says expected price, but then it doesn't. Take a picture
of the screen right now so that he knows, they know what it is. And when you toggle price up and down, it should give you an expected price for that stock. And you can use that as a trigger, as a workaround. But of course, like we always say at TMS, Trading Made Simple, please simulate before you actually use real capital so that you can identify that it actually works, right?
Cool. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
You bet. That's a great question. Great question that we're, need as automators, just like as manual traders, by the way, guys. When you identify something's quirky, could be the market environment, it could be your psychology of trading, it could be anything. When something starts to change, you need to identify the change and then create a workaround. And that's exactly what we've done. Now, it took me losing $500 on Tesla on a debit spread that I profit on. In the morning, I was in profit. I could see what the after hour price was. It was still going in my direction on trend. I was in the money. Literally, my contracts were in this purple area. And at the open, the volatility kicked me out with a loss. And Schwab did not credit any money back to me, but it did make me think, oh, there's a serious issue here with debit spreads, credit spreads, butterflies, etc. Now, the nice thing too, though, is like when you have a trade, let's go to our meta We're on a meta trade. We're up $50. Let's analyze it and see where we are on this trade. So when I take a look at meta, this is how you could also use it to help you, is that my contract expires on the 24th and we're on the 21st. Let me just make sure that's correct. Yeah, expires on the 24th. So knowing that means that I want you to take a look at this theoretical price movement. The purple is time decay. It's like right now, what's happening right now with price. The blue is at expiration. So this is a visual graph of what your trade looks like. This could be a butterfly, this could be anything. And what you can do then is you could say, okay, on the 21st, when I move my cursor to go down, you can see where the profit is. You can see the pink. I'm going to show you right here. I want you to look right here when I move my cursor. Look at the box, please, and you can see that it says, okay, I have $176 in profit, but if it expires on the 24th, I'm down $2,925. So now you can visually see where your cursor is on price on the graph and create a trigger stop, right? This is another workaround as we're talking about limitations to automations or when the environment changes, whatever. So now as we're taking a look at this, we can go, oh, okay. So if I want a nice hard stop, and let's say it's Wednesday, let's say, what day is this? The 23rd is Friday. So let's say tomorrow. If price by tomorrow goes up to, if I'm willing to give $150 to this trade with this, okay, right there, 242.18, let's just leave it at 160, 642.06, then you can set that trigger level to that, 246.06. I just want to see something really quick here, 160. So this is a different workaround. It's the same in the sense that you're using a stock price for your stop versus a percentage. However, trigger levels on stock price trigger very well on the platform. It's when you have, and works very well with spreads. The issue is oftentimes when you're using like a 50 percentile for whatever reason, that seems to be the hairline trigger that keeps triggering these stop losses. Never take profit, only on stop losses. That bid and ask spread widens in the morning, and I don't know why it does, especially on a stock like Meta that's got, remember, over 1 million contracts going in and out of it. Should not have an issue with a large bid and ask. So when we look at something like this, this may help, but you can see how it's changing right now. It's at 175.62 because it's just an estimate. And as volatility changes, maybe this is going to change too, but it's still around the 150. But this is too also a visual about how you want to take a look at your stop and utilize a trigger level versus a percentage in your price. And I also like on a manual trade for day trading, like the 10 cent, I kind of like that better versus the percentage. The percentage seems to be getting wiped out every single morning right at the market open. And it doesn't matter how liquid your stock is. It could be SPY and it's still getting stopped out, which is a real problem. Please complain to Charles Schwab. All right, where are we at? We're down 65. We were up $60, down 50. Now we're down $62. Who knows where this is going to lie? That was great to talk about ADX as well as workarounds with your automations and your day trades, right?